Hello, all you sparks out there in the Matrix. How's everybody doing? I'm making this recording actually on Thanksgiving morning. The name of this video is kindness. It sounds very simple, but it's very powerful kindness. And what I'm trying to put forth here is that now it's more important than ever to kind of make this effort. So this is a challenge I'm putting out there to all of you good people out there, because I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're a good person and you consider yourself kind, which I'm sure you are. But I'm going to ask you just for this last month, just for the rest of the year, to take it to the next level. Anytime you come across somebody in your everyday business, before you walk up to this person, have it in your head that it's a little uncomfortable at first, but it does get easier. This last year, I've had a pretty rough 2024, to be honest with you. I think most of us have. So I've really gone out of my way. Whenever I came across somebody, I tried to stay very conscious that that interaction that I was having with that person wasn't an accident and it was going to have an impact on them. Now, as we know in today's society, everybody's looking down at their phones. Nobody kind of really interacts with each other. I'm asking that every time you come across somebody, to go that extra mile, to look them in the eye, and at the very least, smile at them and say, good afternoon, good morning. That's it. A lot of times you'll get people going like this and everything, and that's what I'm talking about. We are very powerful, okay? And as we come across each other, there's an opportunity right there where we can scowl at them, we can pretend we don't see them, and then in most cases, which most people watching this video don't do, we can take our shit out on them and kind of lower their vibration, okay? So at the very least, most of the times we just keep to ourselves, right? And maybe look at our phones and kind of avoid people. What I'm saying is that take the opportunity, because every interaction has a butterfly effect, okay? That you don't see yet. You don't see right now. I believe you will when we die and we do our life review. I believe that we get to see every interaction that we ever had. We're almost at the end of December, so for just one month, anytime you come across somebody, let's say you're going to the grocery store, right? You're walking through the parking lot, right? You're going to come, usually there's people walking in and out and everything. Again, I'm not saying go out of your way like a crazy person and stand there and go, hey, how are you doing? You know what I mean? That's not, I'm just talking your everyday interactions. So you're passing that person, right? And everything. Just look at them. Even if they're looking down and trying to avoid you, that's what most people do, right? Go out of your way. You'd be amazed, and I've been doing this for this past year. Your gaze looking at them with a smile on your face is gonna make them look up at you. Usually they'll look up, and all you have to do is smile and say good morning and keep walking. You might not think that that's a big thing, but just that energetic interaction, you probably just made that person's day, believe it or not. Because probably nobody has said good morning or good afternoon or even acknowledged that person who you don't know for how long. You don't know if they have a family. You don't know if they have anybody. I'm going to give you a quick example. Let's say I go to the bank. I go into the bank and I'm making a deposit, or a withdrawal, whatever. That bank teller behind the counter, I'll take an extra second to say, hey, how's it going today? How are you doing today? And you could see just right away by the reaction that they have is like, people don't say that, you know? And so just by going out of your way to say something now, if you're a female, you might, I know people are a little touchy. You can just say, oh, that's a nice sweater you have on there, or is that oh, I love your hairstyle, or if they're wearing a pin, you just say something to boost them up. I remembered I was at the dollar store not too long ago, and it's a dollar store I go into a lot, and so I kind of know the people in there. And there was this little old lady behind the counter, and you could kind of see that she was new, and she kind of had that deer in her head look on her face. So I kind of went out of my way to say, a couple of nice words to her. She was like messing with the buttons a little bit. You could see she was all nervous and everything. So I went out of my way to go, oh, and this technology is so complicated. Um, and when I was done, when I was leaving, I said, hey, listen, I said, you're doing a really good job. I said, if you're new, I said, there's a lot to learn. I said, you're going to do great. I said, and I appreciate you. And literally, her whole face lit up. And so it's these little interactions that we have with people. Again, I'm not telling people to go out of their way, but you're going to come across the checkout person, that's in the supermarket. Say a couple of words to them, even if it's just, hey, how's everything going? How's everything, going with you? I appreciate you. I've gotten to a habit of saying that towards the end. It's like, like I appreciate you. And you can kind of see them, and a lot of times they'll turn back around, and you can almost see that they have this extra little energy that you give them. And so again, this is all I'm saying, is that not to go out of your way to run people down, but whenever you come across somebody, none of these interactions, first of all, are accidents. The teller that you get, the checkout person that you get, even the person that you're walking by in public, look them in the eye, smile, and say hi, say hello to them. And you have no idea what that might do for them. And to drive this home even further, one of my most wait for the end. Okay, make sure you wait for the end, because I got a little motivational clip at the end from one of my favorite movies, Scrooged. If you remember Bill Murray, his famous speech when he does his Scrooged awakening, that every time I watch it I get choked up. So I'm going to throw that in at the end. And if I didn't inspire you, or I only inspired you a little bit, I bet you this Bill Murray speech is going to inspire you even more, to go out and make not just Thanksgiving, the last few days of November, but the rest of the year right into 2025, take it out there and raise everybody up, and create a really positive butterfly effect. All right? All right, people.
It's Christmas Eve. It's the one night of the year when we all act a little nicer. We smile a little easier. We share a little more. For a couple of hours out of the whole year, we are the people that we always hoped we would be. It's a miracle. It's really a sort of a miracle, because it happens every Christmas Eve. And if you waste that miracle, you're going to burn for it. I know what I'm talking about. You have to do something. You have to take a chance. You do have to get involved. There are people that are having trouble making their miracle happen. There are people that don't have enough to eat. There are people that are cold. You can go out and say hello to these people. You can take an old blanket out of the closet and say, here. You can make them a sandwich and say, oh, by the way, here. I get it now. And if you give, then it can happen. Then the miracle can happen to you. It's not just the poor and the hungry. It's everybody who's got to have this miracle. And it can happen tonight for all of you. If you believe in this spirit thing, the miracle will happen, and then you'll want it to happen again tomorrow. You won't be one of these bastards who says Christmas is once a year and it's a fraud. It's not. It can happen every day. You just got to want that feeling. And if you like it and you want it, you'll get greedy for it. You'll want it every day of your life, and it can happen to you. I believe in it now. I believe it's going to happen to me now. I'm ready for it. It's great. It's a good feeling. It's really better than I've felt in a long time. I'm ready. Have a Merry Christmas, everybody.
You guys see Calvin?
Did I forget something, big man?